Now, Storm Watch 12 weather with meteorologist Oliver Smith.
Well, the initial rain that we've had in southern Oregon and northern California has moved from south towards the north, and right now we have just some scattered showers into the region. It's dry east of the Cascades, except over by Christmas Valley. You might be getting a little light rain at this particular time. A few showers over by Mount Shasta City and over by Grants Pass, and some showers moving from south towards the north along the Oregon coast. In fact, you can see that activity, that rain moved up from south towards the north, and you can see again more showers still in the vicinity. They're not going to go away anytime really soon because of this big area of low pressure that's been way offshore, and it's been slowly moving towards the north and the east, and will continue to do that over the next 24 to 48 hours, which will continue to bring rain into the region. But tonight's forecast lows aren't going to change very much from the current temperatures, and these are very close to the current temperatures as a matter of fact. 51 in Brookings, 37 for Medford, upper 20s to low 30s east side, and 33 and 39 for Wairika and Mount Shasta respectively. Now for tomorrow, we'll be looking at mid 50s into the Rogue Valley, a little bit cooler over towards Grants Pass. Probably because you might end up with some fog briefly in the morning because you've had that fog and you've kind of had that saturation just kind of sitting there in the region. So that's probably why you're going to be a little bit cooler. 59 for Brookings, a little bit warmer. And then we're going to head east of the Cascades, mid 40s and mid to upper 40s as we head into the Shasta Valley. So we're going to continue with the showers as we go through the next couple of days. You can see tomorrow morning we'll have a lot of rain down to the south. So we'll have another band of rain moving during the early morning. So plan on you need your rain gear, your rain jacket, umbrella, things along those lines. So the activity will continue to move from south towards the north. But the interesting thing with this whole pattern is that Mount Shasta City is going to have a big southerly flow. So that southerly flow is going to enhance the rain quite a bit. It's not going to do that here in Medford because we're going to be on the other side of an upslope, which is downslope, so that kind of eliminates a lot of the rain. Now, until we get into a southwesterly flow on Tuesday, that activity will kind of decrease, so we'll start seeing a little bit more rain here in Medford. But the showers eventually just taper off completely once we get late Tuesday, and Wednesday we'll be looking at morning clouds and fog, and then we'll see some sunshine in the afternoon. Now, in terms of a rainfall forecast, what we're going to be looking at about 1.5 to 2.5 inches, mostly in Curry County. Shasta Valley, there's that wide range, 1/2 inch sort for like Wairika, Montague, and Weed. You'll be looking about amounts like that. 2.5 inches, that's closer to like say McLeod and Mount Shasta City. For the Cascades, about 1/2 inch to an inch, about 1/10 to 1/3 of an inch for east of the Cascades. Rogue Valley, that's going to be dependent. Here in Medford, we're not going to get very much, less than 1/10 of an inch, but the surrounding mountains could easily get 1/3 to 2/3 of an inch of rain. Now the winds is going to be the big story for this particular system because it's really going to crank up out of the south along the Oregon coast and a good chunk of real estate throughout our area. In fact, we're going to be looking at a wind advisory for Klamath and Lake counties. This begins tomorrow afternoon and expires 7 o'clock in the morning. We could be looking at wind gusts to 50 miles an hour. Same kind of scenario for the Rogue and Shasta Valley. A little bit different time frame, but still it's pretty much going to be all day tomorrow into very early on Tuesday. So we're going to have that system move through the region, giving us the rain. Another cutoff system goes into California, takes the rain with it. We're going to look pretty nice for Thursday, but then we're going to see some rain come through on Friday. And by the time we get towards next weekend, it's looking pretty nice. And then we get towards Christmas and things can get a little bit nasty. But here we go with our 7-day forecast. Temperatures into the 50s for the most part. 60 degrees by Wednesday. Thursday looks to be dry at this time. For Northern California, we'll be into the 40s and 50s for the next several days. Rain tapers off Wednesday morning, and then it looks dry for Thursday and maybe even early Friday. For the Klamath Basin, upper 40s, low 50s. Most of the rain should fall by Wednesday morning, and then we could see a little bit of rain by the time we get to Friday from another system. Cascades, all this activity is actually going to be just rain. We might see a little bit of some snow once we get towards Friday's system. Now, now for the Rogue Valley, we'll be into the mid 50s through Thursday, but then we'll see morning clouds and fog beginning Wednesday and Thursday.